Hey guys, this is a very small little snack size version of Dark 5 because I did a little thing about Chaos Magick. I wanted to show you how to use it. So I'm gonna teach you how to make a sigil. There's not like a top 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 because that's hard to do with sigils because, you know, they're all in your brain, man. A sigil is a physical representation of an intention, want, or desire. For instance, I can't use this though, which I'll explain later. My intention is I want to redecorate my room, and I'll ruminate on that idea for a few minutes. Maybe I'll think about it for a few days. Maybe I'll think about it for a few years until I feel ready. You know when you're just ready for something? Like when you're at a party and you're just ready to leave? That's as much as I can compare it to being ready to create a sigil. A sigil looks a lot like this. Just kind of a shape with a circle around it, reminding you of what you want. I need somebody or something to look at me and go, you need to do that thing, or else I'm not gonna do it. And once you feel in your brain space that you are ready to enact that intention, then you go into the sigil making process. So you write down your intention, want, or desire, like I've done already right here, see? After this, you're gonna cross out all of the vowels. Maybe you do. And now here we are, left with the consonants. Now you cross out all of the repeating consonants. So if there's 2 T's, you cross out the second T. Now what are we left with? W, N, T, R, D, C, M. Then you take apart the letters to create symbols. So like this. Do you see how in a weird world that's a W? The act of taking something apart, like I talked about in Chaos Magick Part 1, is so important to recreation. You have to tear yourself apart in order to rebuild something else, to create something symbolic as opposed to something you could just say to a friend on a Friday at brunch. Now that you have your symbols, you're ready to make a sigil. Here's the fun part about this. It can be anything you want. I am not a skilled drawer, but sigils still work for me because it's all about the intention and not about the skill, which I wish was the case for everything. I like to start with a classic like that situation and then build out from here. I'm a fan of connecting things, but that's just because my brain works that way. Again, you can do exactly what you want at all times. That's the point of Chaos Magick. That's not cute, but it's okay. It's not about being cute. It's about being magic. What if I just do something weird, like that? Ha! Not great. You can recreate the same sigil as many times as you want until it feels like it's right for you. Like if I look at this and correctly go, wow, that's ugly, I could potentially recreate it if I had faith that I could do it any better, but unfortunately, I'm me, and this is as good as it gets for me. And so the very, very important part of this is connecting all points. Connect all the points. Oh, wow. Once you have your sigil, you never think about this sentence again. I don't even know what sentence I wrote down. A very important part of sigil work is charging your sigil. There's a lot of interesting ways to charge your sigils though. I do intentional things. I look at it, I keep it with me as mementos. I'll tell you about my favorite one, masturbation. The most energy you expel is in the climax. That's when you expel the most of yourself into the ether. And so the idea is that you have your sigil in front of you whilst masturbating. And it seems creepy because it kinda is, but you stare at it and you keep eye contact with it and you don't break eye contact until you're done, you know what I mean. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough to make it come true. By the way, this isn't the only type of sigil work. This is the type of sigil work I do. Not masturbation, just this type. There's myriad types of sigil work. Even if you're not fully convinced that you can practice magic in a way that will work for you, it's still a really positive exercise in understanding your desires and understanding what it takes for you to get to the place to achieve your desires, which kind of is everything that Chaos Magick is. It's just putting yourself in the best position to live your own goddamn life. There's myriad types of sigil work, and I, again, couldn't suggest reading Condensed Chaos more. Please, I beg of you, look it up. If you're interested in this kind of like fun slumber party DIY magic work, light as a feather, stiff as my dick, Thank you guys for joining me in this part 2 of Chaos Magick. If you guys have made a sigil, please tag me in it on Instagram or Twitter. My handle is @RachelSamEvans. Please also tag @WeAreSnarled. We want to see it. But don't forget, don't tell me what it is, or else it will not come true. Subscribe to Snarled, turn on the bell for notifications, and I'll catch you on the flip side, homie.